This TikTok influencer and her mum face 2 life sentences in jail because of their actions that they did last year. This right here is 24-year-old Mehek Bukhari, and she used to be a former TikTok influencer, best known for her content where she did beauty products and making, in my opinion, awful TikToks like this. I can almost feel the snobbery coming through the screen as I watch these TikToks. And I'm not the only one who says that either, as these are some of the comments from the actions that her and her mother did. LOL, this is great brainless. Internet influencers will see a harsh reality behind prison bars. The fact that they lied without any remorse after the fatal crash shows how wicked they really are. Her TikToks and her reels already displayed that she is a mean-spirited and narcissistic girl. With the blank stare of her eyes is horrifying. She must have been one of those entitled princesses or daddy's girls that got away with anything instead of being held accountable for her actions and dealing with the consequences. Before we get into this crazy story though, guys, you know what time it is? It's the comment shout out. And that shout out goes to Eggs in a Pan 2 feet apart. What a name. If you guys want the chance to get a shout out in the next video, make sure to leave a comment down below saying, "Ablaze, I elbowed the bell button," and I'll pick one of you for a shout out in the next video. So what exactly is it that this influencer and her mum did? Well, it all starts with her mother, actually, Asareng Bukhari, who the influencer also lived with at home in the UK, although not happily, because the mother was actually having an affair with another guy, and that was with 21-year-old Saqib Hussain, who she actually met on a dating app. I know, how romantic. But shortly after that, the mother wanted to end the relationship with this guy, but that was after he had spent upwards of £2,000 to £3,000 already on her. So he demanded the money back, the money that he had spent on her, otherwise he was going to come clean with the whole affair and tell the whole family. Granted, he did blackmail her, in which he had explicit photos and videos of them together, and he threatened that if she was going to stop talking to him, he was going to release those videos and pictures to her daughter and the rest of the family. Obviously, not wanting this to happen, they agreed to meet up in a local Tesco car park, to which he brought one of his own friends with him as well, in which they tried to do this transaction of £3,000, in which he then said he wasn't going to say anything afterwards. But he wasn't the only person that brought company, as the influencer and the mother also ended up bringing more people as well, as documented from this short clip from the BBC.
And so Ansreen and her daughter Mehek lured Saqib to this Tesco car park in Leicester in February last year, under the pretense that he'd get his money. But when Saqib arrived with his friend Mohammed Hashim Ijazuddin in a Skoda Fabia, highlighted by the green arrow, they realised something was up. There were 2 cars. The blue arrow points to a Seat Leon, the red arrow an Audi TT. The mother and daughter had brought friends with them. Saqib and Hashim panicked, fled, and were pursued. Saqib called 999 and said, "I need help now. I'm getting rammed off the road. Please, I'm begging you." The car hit the central reservation on the A46. The vehicle then struck a tree and burst into flames. Saqib and Hashim, both 21, died instantly.
Which is obviously just a horrible conclusion to the whole situation, but it gets deeper because the mother and the influencer actually ended up lying about the whole situation. And we're going to watch that because they actually have the interrogation online. But before we do, it was a bit of a giveaway because the car that they were driving actually had a dent at the front, indicating that they had tried to ram the 2 men off of the road.
This photo showed that dents on the Seat Leon were consistent with it colliding with the rear of the boy's car.
But now let's watch the moment they actually got caught, because the police actually showed up to their house to interrogate them, in which they did at their house and then again afterwards at the police station. Now, some of the YouTube comments said this in regards to the video that we're about to watch. TikTok really does bring the drags of humanity to the fore. One less influencer in society is a win for everyone. And honestly, this is my favorite one, hitting close to home for them. All because the mother couldn't keep her legs closed. Pretty much sums up the whole scenario, if I'm being honest.
Me and May went. No, yeah, we were.
Where were you? Where was that?
So we stayed here, and then we went straight to Nottingham.
Right. Okay. In the Audi.
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Right.
There's a car that's coming on the right hand side, a Seat Leon, don't know the model or anything, but it was blue, comes straight down, no speed, nothing, normal on the right hand side. We were always on the left hand side. This right hand side car's come now, the Leon, the blue one, has come straight next to me and come right in front of me, not very close. I've always said to myself, I'm a very good driver when it comes to this. I've been driving for 5 years, 45 years, and I've said to myself, always keep a 2 to 3 second rule gap, always. When I've said to myself, always done that. So this car's come not close, I've always braked. So I was doing 60, it was 70, I think it was 70 on the dual carriage or 60. I was doing 50 straight away, went back, went to 50 to 60, went back. This car didn't do anything to me. I don't know who, just a normal car going on the right to the left. This silver car, I don't know which brand it was, model, it's come zooming down. I've kept this 2 to 3 second rule gap, and the blue Leon's in front, I'm at the back. This silver car's come and cut into the middle, so we're basically all 3 cars very close. I braked and I said to my mum, what is this car trying to do? And my mum saying, May, just keep your distance, everything's going to be okay, it's okay. Just a reckless few people, just reckless because they know it's all the way down. If there's any cameras, there's going to be cameras. They must know there's no cameras.
But there actually was cameras. And again, this story is being completely fabricated and isn't true, obviously. Now, I guess the influencer here doesn't understand how a camera works, nor thinks that there isn't cameras. I personally used to live in the UK for a very long time. There's a lot of cameras on our motorways, a lot. So her just saying this story just is mind-blowing to me, and apparently to other people as well, because I've seen comments talking about this, saying that she's a very good liar, and she is. She just didn't even hesitate, didn't even stutter much, just straight out lies, to which that obviously didn't happen. Now, I'm assuming she didn't know because of the 2 men that were in the car that they rammed off the road and ended up killing were on the phone to the police as it was happening. In the phone call, it can be heard them asking for help because there are these 2 crazy people trying to ram them off the road, before eventually them hearing a loud bang and the phone call abruptly ends. But this whole thing, there's screenshots, there's video evidence of the whole situation happening that shows every single aspect of this. But the lies don't stop there. She carries on lying even more.
So they've gone all the way down, they've cut into my car. I've kept my distance, I braked. I think got to at least 40 because there was no cars behind me. Going to 40, this car was not threatening me, but agitating the blue car. So the blue car went onto the right lane, which is the overtaking lane, and the silver car went onto the right lane with the same car as the blue. So then the blue car went onto the left, and the silver car kept to the left, and it was just harassing. Like the blue car was trying to let you go, like go, you can go now because I'm letting you go. But this silver car was not letting the blue car go. So I was thinking, okay, well, they're not agitating me, they're not trying to put me off my driving. I'm going on my left lane, I'm further away from these cars. So like I said, they were doing their own thing. I've gone past on the right lane now. The blue car's in front always, the silver car was behind. I've gone past and I've gone further away from this car on the left side, and then the blue car has caught up with me on the right side. I don't know who they are, I didn't even see the silver car as well. And the silver car, all I hear is like a you can hear like a bang, but not a big bang. It was like you hit behind me, basically. The silver car's hit the blue car at the back like a touch, but you can tell the blue car has gone a bit faster. So I've looked at my mum and I goes, Mum, what is going on? What is wrong with, are they, I don't know if they're drunk, what are they trying to do to this blue car in general? So my mum goes, May, like I said, leave it, you're not involved, you don't know what's going on, you just go straight on and leave it. I goes, okay, that's fine. This blue car's gone straight now, and this silver car's gone behind. And as soon as I said, Mum, as soon as we see a slip road, we're gonna go to a slip road. We've gone forward, and the silver car's hit the back of the blue car. The blue car, see, like Leon's gone, completely gone. As soon as I've turned around, this silver car's gone. Out from I didn't see. All I've seen is they've hit, and all I see is right, like a swerve. The silver car swerved to not my side, to the other side of the dual carriageway where the metal bits are, basically. And I didn't see the car after that. I didn't hear a bang. Apparently there was mentioned there was a tree. I didn't see no tree. I didn't see anything. I've gone straight on. I've looked at my mum and I said, Mum, what? I was just in shock. She goes, maybe there's a slip road.
I think there's definitely something to be said here in the way that she presents herself. Just the fact of not being nervous at all, you know, not even that agitated either, just not nervous, composed, not even feeling bad for her actions. Remember, 2 guys have died so far as a result of her actions. You know, these are 2 guys that have families, parents, and they're now gone because of this girl's actions. And she seems to have no remorse whatsoever. But it gets a lot worse than that even, actually, because when she appeared in court, judge had mentioned how being an influencer, she seemed like she was better than everyone as she was sat there waiting for the trial to begin, playing card games and not taking the whole thing seriously. In fact, there's been some transcript about the whole court case, and this is what that says.
A social media influencer and her mother have been jailed for the cold-blooded murder of 2 men who died when their car was rammed off the road. Mehek and Ansreen Bukhari recruited others before the killing of Saqib Hussain and Hashim Ijazuddin, both 21. The fatal car chase in Leicestershire came after Mr. Hussain threatened to reveal an affair he had been having with Ansreen, 46. The court heard it was a plot of love, obsession, and extortion. A 24-year-old social media influencer who the judge branded entirely self-obsessed was jailed for life in order to serve at least 31 years and 8 months. Ansreen, whose head had been turned by the perceived glamour of her daughter's career, was jailed for life and given a minimum term of 26 years and 9 months. Leicester Crown Court heard the Bukharis lured Mr. Hussain to a meeting in a Tesco car park, saying he would be given back £3,000 he claimed to have spent on his lover during the relationship. They planned to take his mobile phone from him, believing it contained explicit images of Ansreen, which he had threatened to reveal. However, Mr. Hussain and his friend Mr. Ijazuddin were then ambushed by a masked gang, recruited by the Bukharis, and chased in their Skoda Fabia along the A46 at speeds of up to 90 miles per hour by a Seat Leon and an Audi TT, before crashing into a tree in a ball of flames. Judge Timothy Spencer KC said, "The prosecution categorized this as a story of love, obsession, and extortion, and they are right. They were also right in categorizing this case as one of cold-blooded murder." The judge said Ansreen's head had been turned by the perceived glamour of her daughter's career, with her often appearing in posts online and attending promotions and shisha bar openings. He said it was a world removed from her life as a mother and housewife. He told her, "You are the grown-up in this group, and you should have behaved as the grown-up, but you allowed your understandable concern about exposure to strip you of any rational judgment." He said she had made a calamitous decision to ask for Mehek's help with Mr. Hussain. He cited 2 key WhatsApp messages from Mehek. One said, "I'll soon get him jumped by guys and he won't know what day it is. I'll make sure he gets jumped. He won't know who did it and how." Mr. Ijazuddin's father, Sikander Hayat, said his son, who accompanied his friend to the rendezvous that ultimately led to their deaths, had been innocent. He said he could not understand why the defendants had not called the emergency services after the crash. They left him and his friend to burn in a furnace of hell, he said. In a statement read on their behalf, Mr. Hussain's family said his parents had been left as 2 lifeless corpses, unable to eat or drink in the run-up to their son's funeral. Moving and distressing evidence. During the trial, a 999 call made by Mr. Hussain in the moments before the fatal crash was played. He told police call handlers, "There's guys following me. They have balaclavas on. They're trying to ram me off the road." A scream was heard on the line before the call abruptly ended. The judge said, "It was one of the most moving and distressing pieces of evidence ever heard in a criminal court." Also sentenced for murder were fellow defendants Rikan Karwan, 29, and Rais Jamal, 23, who were recruited by the Bukharis and driving the pursuing cars.
To then, after the fact, apparently when she got sentenced, didn't show any kind of emotion whatsoever and actually just waved to her dad. That was her only reaction.
It's an ounce of relief knowing obviously these guys, they won't be out anytime soon, but really and truly, it doesn't really make much of a difference, but the only factor is that they won't be in our face, and we know they'll be away for a very long time.
And despite this mother and this influenced TikToker being away for a very long time, and the other men that were involved in the whole situation, it's hard to deny that it's definitely not a win considering that there was life that was lost here. I actually came across this the other day, and it was just a story that I honestly couldn't believe that actually happened. It's not often you hear about an influencer and her mom both going to jail, but I definitely think there's something to be said. People that become influencers and letting it get to their head entirely and acting in the way that this girl did, not caring in the slightest. Hopefully prison teaches her the lesson that there are now finally consequences to her actions, because hell, she's gonna have 30 years to think about it. That being said, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to leave a like if you did. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy this type of content. We're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.